What we have is that we look around and we think that ISIS is on the retreat. We see all the pictures from Syria and Iraq, but they're making gains on the battlefield that's most important to them, which is the information battlefield. And they've built this ecosystem. So they're churning out 20,000-30,000 pieces of content a day with their fanboys. And this is a content war. It's really the next war that a lot of people are not paying attention to. And so when you look around, you see all these key influencers, and they're recruiting. And so in a lot of ways, they've set up this sort of David and Goliath paradox where they can lose on the physical battlefield, but win on the information battlefield.
We've heard situations, I guess these are terrorists who have been inspired by ISIS. That's what you're talking about, not the ones who have actually been brought into their cells and trained by them?
That's right. I mean, they've built up this ecosystem. So, for example, they look at vulnerable and at-risk youth. So, oftentimes I study social media behavior, and I travel a lot in the Middle East, and I look at someone like Mohammed al-Arafi. A lot of people don't know who this is. He's the #1 person on Twitter in the Middle East. He's an extremist cleric based in Saudi Arabia, 20 million followers on Twitter, and he's not just prolific on Twitter, he's on Snap, he's on various other platforms, and he's probably the single biggest driver of why young people get motivated, buy a ticket, or want to join the group. And so they have a number of these folks that they've tried to build this ecosystem. And in my mind, it's like, how do we push back? How do we mobilize and push back against this hate?
I mean, how do we if this is a situation where it doesn't really cost any money to do something like that?
Yeah, I think part of it is that we need almost a sort of a Manhattan Project sort of idea around this, that we have some of the best minds. We have these organic stories of the young Malalas. I meet thousands of these young people around the world. And the research, and I take a data-driven approach. We know that voices of victims, stories of defectors work, the voices of mothers are very influential. But this is, at the end of the day, a content war. So we have to mobilize folks to sort of produce more content. And in my book, I look at what's called a 1-9-90 model, which is that 1% of people on social media, they sort of are the key influencers. They create content. 9% actually are the curators and share it, and 90% are the passive sort of consumers. And when I talk about Manhattan Project, or kind of a venture capital approach, it's getting that 90% mobilized. We have to incentivize that 90% to create content, because right now we're losing the battle.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.